start here with the whites. Here we have this most beautiful Vanda Paki. This is a hybrid between the Vanda tricolor and the Vanda cristata. And the Vanda cristata actually gives this a little bit more cool tolerance than what just the pure tricolor would. And we can see it gets into a nice big plant. And here, this egg yolk center on this just is so beautiful. It just shows off that crystal clear whiteness of the coelogeny. They really are stunning. And of course, this, the queen of the night, with that incredible citrusy smell in the evenings. This little area has got probably the longest lasting flowers. They last for about 4 months. So that's worth keeping in itself. And these epidendrums, you'll notice, a lot of these epidendrums have these crucifix in the flower at some point. And Phalaenopsis, we all know this from our local supermarkets and everywhere. And of course the intergeneric Oncidium hybrids. And this exquisite near-white Vanda. That slight purple tinge to it just actually helps make it more beautiful in a way. And of course, the Angrecums. These huge species really make such an incredible display. They are an African indigenous orchid. Ah, there we go, look, the Degomoro Winter Wonderland. You can see why it's called that. Really does look like a Christmas festival. And if anyone knows the name of this, I didn't see it labeled, please just pop it down in the comments there for me. It's such an interesting little number. Oh, and this Vanda also, its colors almost remind me of the Bangkok sunset. It really is stunning. More of these Brasidium, Oncidium, intergeneric hybrids. They come in such a wide variety of shapes and sizes. And this Maxillaria variabilis with these little yellow flowers, and Coelogeny fimbriatum. This is such a beautiful little plant. They fill up so quickly and make these massive displays with all these beautiful little flowers. And who knew this was actually a dendrobium? The flower could almost be thought of as being a bulbophyllum, but not actually. It's a dendrobium. So let's have a look. Absolutely difficult to get around it, but there we go. Such a beautiful yellow. And another Coelogeny. Some yellow cattleyas. It's like a little husky boy down the bottom there of some sort. And of course, Cymbidium tracianum. And the BLC Chenier. And this is so pretty. I definitely have to have one of these. And the yellow veining in this cerise lip is just amazing. The Thai hybridizers are bringing out such amazing plants. And there's another one down there at the back. This orange yellow is really beautiful. And the bright sunset colors. Just yellows and reds and cerises and the Dowiana hybrids. And these cute little stars. And Sophronitis. Sophronitis is grown, likes slightly cooler conditions, now known as cattleyas though. Some more Brassia Oncidium intergeneric hybrids. Another little Sophronitis. Nice thing about them being so small, you can grow them anywhere. And this is a really unusual color. I'm not sure what the name is. This beautiful Paphiopedilum. And of course the Lucidia discolor. These jewel orchids, we know why they're called that. Like casts, even just the unhybridized ones are just so magnificent. When you look at them, they really produce such a show. And our cool flowering cymbidiums. So just be careful where you are and which cymbidium you buy. But if you're in a warm climate, you won't get it to flower that easily. And of course, Oncidium Shari Baby. Everyone knows this. This is the red fantasy. It still has that exquisite chocolate scent to it. So make sure you've got some near you all the time, so that when you smell the plant, you're not going looking for it. And these Lalias that just prefer bright sun, like these biggie bum Dendrobium phalaenopsises from Australia. And then also these Laelia anceps. A lot of these like incredibly large amounts of light. The more sun you give them, the better. And it's often best to plant them lower down so that these long spikes will be at eye level. These huge big BLCs, often scented. The flowers the size of the palm of my hand, or the full stretch of my hand. They really are stunning. And your Cattleya labiatas, the ruby-lipped Cattleyas. And these are the Cattleya mosaeas, also part of the Cattleya labiata family. And some more Laelia anceps. This one's got a little bit of a splash on the leaf. This is not from viral overloads. This is actually a genetic coloration in the plant. A little splash really just adds that extra bit of interest. And some more Laelias that at this time of year you can't beat them. They're flowering everywhere and in such abundance. The colors. There's the little Susie, one of the cute little Cattleyas. Also something else, I'm not too sure what this is. If anyone knows, just drop it down in the comments there for me. With some more of these Cattleya labiata hybrids. And some white Laelias. Laelia anceps Hiliana. There's such a variety of different colors, but if you're just flashing past, you won't notice. You'll just think they're all the same. But we see how long those flower spikes are. There's the RLCs with the Rinco stylus in it to give it that fluffiness to the edge of the lip. And these are often scented. It's another Cattleya mosaic hybrid. And a labiata. And here we notice one of the lips has got a mutation. This is called a pyloric mutation. In Cattleya, it stops the lip from being tubular and becoming more flat, like the petals. Such gentle colors. And the zygopetalums. These are just so beautiful. They're often considered a beginner's orchid, but I have difficulty with them, who knows why. And these soft lilac purple colors, they'll always stop you in your tracks and make you look. And some hard cane dendrobiums. And what a beautiful little display. All that color. Oh, look, I nearly forgot. This amazing little epidendrum stuck here in between the maidenhair fern. You've got to keep your eyes open for these little things tucked away in the corners. This is, get it out here. This is Epidendrum capricornu. It's from Central America. It's actually a fairly cool growing orchid. So this you can grow if you've got cooler temperatures or if your house has lower temperatures. And these little amazing little restrepias, they need high humidity, and if you're keeping them in the right conditions, they can flower all year round. These little purples of the tropical heat wave. These Miltonia and Oncidium hybrids just keep getting better and better. Now, this is a species. Imagine coming across them just sitting wild in the Nepalese highlands. That's just mind-boggling to think that this would just be growing there. And this little epidendrum, these are the things that really make my heart race. This Melanopyphorium is really so stunning, so unusual. We see these tiny little filiform petals that hang down like little threads, and as the flowers get older, that little center goes from white into that sort of soft egg yellow. Just the unusual shapes and the colors on this are just so exquisite. Dendrobium hibiki with this bright cerise color. And of course, we'll end off the winner's table with this huge, big BLC Cattleya, crystal white with this yellow centers. This Oncidium jungle monarch is just such a pleasure, also so easy to grow and flower. The Microcelia excellis is a South African indigenous orchid with these tiny little blooms, and it's completely leafless.